Hello, everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast. Today, we have with us Coach Tony Perkins from Francis Howell High School. We're going to be talking some baseball with him. The season up to date, but first, I just want to give a little shout out here to our sponsors. As always, YBMcast is powered by Game 7 Baseball. Dave and Dave doing a great job over there. We're going to be out at the ballpark with them throughout the summer, giving you some youth baseball updates if you're still looking for a tournament to get into, whether it be Tennessee, Illinois, Missouri, metro area, down in Branson. Great locations. They got some great stuff. Game7baseball.com. Go to the website, get your team registered, get them into a tournament. It's a great weekend of baseball. So Game7baseball.com. Don't miss out. Coach, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
As always, no, we appreciate you guys coming on. I mean, that's why I said, we're kind of Joe Schmoes around here, so we appreciate you guys coming on and talking some baseball with us. And
you guys do a great job, and I appreciate what you're doing for baseball.
We're having some fun. So I want to start off, Coach, talking, first of all, districts. District classifications came out a little late, but, they're out and got out there. No surprise where you guys kind of ended up being.
Well, we knew we'd be Class 6, but it's a different beast.
Yes.
It's a tough road. It's going to be hard.
And that's the thing. When I saw your district, I'm looking at Eureka, Lafayette, Marquette.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Parkway South.
Right.
All three Howells. Yeah, it's going to be rough. Lafayette looks to be the cream of the crop. Marquette, I haven't seen Marquette yet, but I know Lafayette, and I know their stud pitcher, Luke Flata. He was on my summer team at one time, and they're tough.
Man. And we've already seen, that's Zumwalt West. We were talking to Coach Goff. That's their only loss so far is to Lafayette. Mm-hmm. And they faced him. Mm-hmm. And he said it was tough.
Yeah,
it was tough.
He's awful good.
So what do you have a pretty good idea of these teams in this district. What do you see in yourself? Once you get into districts, what's that going to look like,
It's going to be rough because there's no buys because, last 10 years or so, there was always a buy or two. Mm-hmm. And now with 8 teams and only 8 districts, everybody's going to have to play 3 games. So I think it's going to come down to who has deeper staff.
Right.
You got to have 5 to 6 decent pitchers, in my opinion. You can't get it done with 2. And like in the day, you could get it done with 2, sometimes 1, way back in the day. But you're not going to be able to do that this year with 8 teams in the district. And then it's a different deal. If whoever survives that district, they go out, there's no sectional game, which is something different. And that's just Class 5 and Class 6. So right away you jump into the quarterfinal game. You win that game, you're in the Final Four. So there's one less game to get to Final Four, but everybody has to play 3 games in districts too. So it's like I said, it's not easy. I thought it was kind of strange that we ended up with all the Chesterfield people, which mm-hmm. is they're the great teams. Usually you see them in the sectional round, but
and you have Washington in there.
Yep,
Washington's there. So I thought it was kind of interesting. You had Howell North Central and you guys, and then basically I don't know
which suburban they're in.
Yeah. Washington's kind of out there, but that's what Rockwood School District. All the rest of them, pretty much.
Yep. Except Parkway South in their Parkway District.
Right. So, it was kind of interesting when I saw that. I thought, well, that's and when they brought that out, I know we talked with Kenny and they were talking about how they were going about the classifications. If anybody wants to check that out, you can go watch it so you understand what they were doing and what they're looking at. And they got a tough job, don't they?
Oh yeah, it's tough, and it's kind of weird that the last few years, the districts don't even come out until we're into our season, like a couple weeks into our season. So you don't even know. Mm-hmm. And I get their aspect of it that some schools don't even have baseball, and they don't know. They may try and start having baseball, but not enough kids come out, so they end up dropping their teams.
Right.
So that affects the numbers, in all the districts from Class 1 to Class 6 now. So it's tough for them to do that, but it really doesn't affect us, and schools like us, because we know we're going to be big school.
Right.
But everybody else, I heard Coach Goff say on your program yesterday about Zumwalt East. Zumwalt East is the smallest big school, and now that they're going to be the biggest in their group. Good for us. He's a great guy, great baseball man. Good luck to him on that. And he's got a dude that he's going to win one game. I know that.
Yeah. Because Austin Young. Austin Young, he's pitching well, and they got some good kids. They got some kids swinging the bat well right now, and we're going to be catching up with Coach Hill next week. So looking forward to that conversation.
Be good.
So, and that's the thing. We're hopefully. I've been trying to get Lou. I think his last. I know I may butcher this. Mazzacco, I think, is his last name.
Yeah.
He's the baseball guy with Misha, and we want to get him on and talk to him about these things. And moving forward, we hope just to shed some light on some stuff, get that conversation open, so people understand their thinking about what they're doing. Because I think it's important, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. The communication is key in anything you're involved with, and if they can get that out there, they should.
Absolutely. And they've been very good. Kenny Seifert, every time we've reached out to Kenny, and we appreciate that, he's been very good about coming on the show and talking the rules and stuff. So they want to share this information. They want to get it out. So I think that's great. I really do. And, transparency, right? Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So let's start off here, getting into some of this. We were looking at rankings. PBR, Kevin Mulder he's starting his rankings. He's got you at number 3 in the big schools right now. And looking at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, of course, now the STL Today pretty much does the metro area, correct? Mm-hmm. And so you get some Illinois schools. And they have, they've got you at number 4 right now in this area. So, what's your feeling about that? Where do you feel you're at?
I don't get too caught up in rankings. Mm-hmm. I'm on the rankings committee for our coach association, and I don't like particularly being in the rankings, to tell you the truth. The only one I want to be in is the last one. I want to be on top on the last poll. That's the one that counts. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. Illinois schools haven't even played any games yet. They just started practicing. So
wow,
that's just the way that they do it over there. But
right.
It's. I used to say when I got an article in the paper or I got ranked high, I was for sure going to lose my next game. That's just the way it works.
Just the old jinx, right?
That's it. So I don't get too caught up in that. And just baseball, so it is the beast such that anybody can beat anybody any day. That happens all the time. That's why I got to press upon my kids, our kids, that anybody can beat you. You step on the field and think that you're going to win a ball game, you better refigure.
And that's true. I agree with you. And that's why I was so impressed when we were talking with Coach Goff. 16-1, that's tough. That's tough. Just to lose one game after 17 games, I don't care. Right now, you've got 2 losses, according to what we've got here from STL Today, which is impressive. I don't care. It's tough to go out day in and day out at any level and put up wins, isn't it, Coach?
Absolutely. One of our losses, Rockwood Summit, quality team. They got us in the Troy tournament, 4-3, and then we faced them in the third place game of the Midwest Classic, and we beat them 13-3. So we got a little get back right there. So that made me feel a little better. We avenged one of those losses, and then Zumo West beat us 7-2, and that was a point in my season where I'm not going to throw my guys.
Right.
I got 3 really good pitchers, and I'm saving them for conference games, trying to keep them fresh. And so that's where it's at. That's going to be a war when we play them in the conference games. That's coming up soon. We got Holt today and tomorrow. I think Zumi West might be the week after that, Tuesday and Wednesday. And that could have a lot to do with, who wins the conference. That's always a personal goal, is to win conference, win district, and every game after that. That's kind of how I look at it.
Right.
But it's tough. I mean, it really is.
Now, when you're sitting here and you're looking at this, and you've got your record at where you're at, you're playing well. What do you keep telling your guys? What's the message you got going on right here, Coach?
Keep working. Find a way to get better every minute. I mean, that's the first thing I said at practice yesterday. Yesterday was the only day we had to practice. Mm-hmm. So I said, today we got to work, guys. We got to work. You find a way to get better today. Every pitch, you never know when this can be taken away from you, and you guys know better than anybody else after last year's season got taken from us. So enjoy what you got. Make every effort to be the best player you can be that particular moment. So that's kind of what I get on my kids about. And sometimes, kids get lackadaisical and just go through the motions and, don't feel like they need to work as hard. That's when you're in trouble.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because that motivation, are they really taking to heart what the coaching staff, the message from the coaching staff? Is it going in one ear and out the other, as we say? Yeah,
like the other day, Saturday, we were supposed to go Country Day and play Country Day in Parkway West. And the night before, it was supposed to rain all day. Mm-hmm. And I told my guys, I said, well, I know they got artificial turf infield. Their outfield's grass. I said, I want a tarp tonight. This was Friday at practice. And I said, now work with me here. if they can't go, I said, and we got a window, we'll just have them come over to our place. So I get up in the morning, I look at the radar real early, and it looks like there's a window from like 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Country Day cancels, so I asked them if they wanted to come over to my place, and then they said they could not. And I call up Parkway West. I know Brian Kessler, he's AD over there, and then Andrew Jetson, now the new head coach over there. And I asked them if they wanted to come over. I said, we'll just play as many innings as we can. We'll play 2 games, whatever. And I'm looking at 10 to 1. So we get up there about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It doesn't stop raining.
No, it didn't.
It's terrible. Well, I said, you boys get back in your cars. Let's give it a few minutes. And it just didn't stop raining. It never gave it, that window that I kept looking at wasn't there. But our guys were there, man. They were in their uniforms. They had their boots. They had their gloves. They're ready to pull the tarp. They're ready to play. And that's what we do, And then I saw them sitting in my truck. What am I going to do now? I went, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to Murray, Kentucky, because my son was there, and they had a senior day, so I jumped in the car, drove 3.5 hours, and saw baseball.
There you go. And that worked, right?
Yeah. I was so sad we lost those games, but I got baseball in.
Oh, man. Now, you've got some kids I'm looking at, and of course, I look at these things because I think it's always good to look at this and see what's going on. You've got some kids that are swinging the bat well. Mm-hmm. You've got 8 kids with at least 30 plate appearances hitting over 300. Mm-hmm. You got 5 kids with that many plate appearances hitting over 400, and a couple hitting 500.
Yeah, and their averages have dropped lately.
How are they going to maintain that level, Coach?
It's just swinging. I mean, it's just like anything. Even when my sons were younger, I was like, the more you do something, the better you're going to be at it. We do optional hitting things on Sunday, and they come in and swing it. I mean, it's just constantly doing it. I mean, we're only together for a very short time. Right. And you got to capitalize on every moment, and the more you do it, the more you swing, the more you work on your short game, those kinds of things really help us and helps that person. If you just, I need to take the day off, take a couple, 3 days off, come back, you may not be in any kind of a swing of things.
That groove may be gone, right?
Yes. And we're pretty strong up and down lineup, and we just got better. We got Gus Hetzel came back. That's going to, spruce some things up. And I just got a text on the way here that had another pitcher, Lyle Kokmar, got cleared, so he's back. So we're getting better. We got people. And you don't have Norfleet. No. He can swing it. He had a big triple the other day against Zumwalt West, I think. Yeah, he pinch hit and whacked one up the middle for a triple. He slid head first. I'm going, no. He's a pleasure to have around. He's a funny kid, man. I enjoy him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And that's great for him. I'm glad because I know he would like to be on the mound, but at least he can get in and contribute.
Oh yeah,
and be part.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's at every practice and he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He's a fun kid.
That's awesome. Let's finish up here. You've got, as you were talking about schedule, you guys, you're heading off over to mid-Missouri with Zumwalt West. You're going to be in that tournament. Hickman, who else is there? Jeff City, right?
Thursday we play Columbia Battle and Jeff City at Columbia Hickman. And then that's a 12 and a 2. And then Friday we play an 8 p.m. We're playing Rolla. And that you play 3 pool games, and then you shuffle them, and then figure out winners play winners, losers play losers, and pools and stuff like that. Usually, Rockbridge hosts and Battle hosts, but they're both getting artificial turf fields right now, so their fields aren't ready.
Okay.
So they're using different fields. Hickman, of course, and Vivian. That's where we're playing at on Friday. Vivian and Jeff City. I don't know what other fields they're using. Maybe Southern Boone. I don't know for sure, but. Yeah, there's 14 teams in this thing, and it'll be good. It'll be good. And they enjoy it because they play each other. And after that, there's not too many big schools that are near them that they can get them. So they enjoy having their bonus days and this tournament to get some of us in there because I'm trying to think, somebody from Kansas City's in there. Lee Summit, maybe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think somebody like that's coming in. So that's cool. I mean, I like that deal where, I usually play Rockbridge, I usually play Hickman somehow, some way. And then if I can catch, I go to Kansas City too, playing Staley and Liberty North. So I like seeing other teams and big schools.
Right.
I don't like playing smaller schools, because I
understand.
That doesn't really...
How does that help you, right?
Right. I mean, we're supposed to win, and if we happen to lose, we look bad. But that game is not as important to us as big schools because it doesn't really mean anything. It's a non-conference game, and, we're just getting games in, getting ABs and getting pitchers work. But, if you don't beat them, it's no win.
And looking at your schedule here as you got coming up, I mean, you're not backing off the pedal at all. I mean, you come back after this tournament, you got Howell North, then Zumwalt West twice, then you got Rockbridge, Webb City, you got Buchanan, then, as you said, Liberty North, Staley, and Edwardsville. Those are all, I mean...
That's awesome.
I mean, those are top 10 squads in the state, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to look at it, like I said, Edwardsville, STL's got them number 1. And Liberty North's in the top 10 on PBR, and
they're loaded.
I mean, my goodness.
Kansas City schools it's kind of rough for me when I go down there because my guys are going to go Tuesday, Wednesday. So if they're going to throw on a Saturday, it's going to be an inning or so, just so they're eligible to pitch on Tuesday, Wednesdays.
Sure.
But somehow, when I roll into Kansas City, I'm seeing their guys. I'm seeing 90, 95. I'm like, why is this guy ready on Saturday? Coach, it's you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So that's okay. That makes us better. We got to see those guys, And Tim Funkhauser is a great baseball guy, and he's a friend of mine, and we always try and play, and that's always a great game.
Yeah.
Rockbridge. We were supposed to go to Rockbridge and Webb City as Rockbridge turned to host, but again, their field's not going to be ready, so he asked if I could host. So that's cool that they're coming to our place. Webb City's up by Joplin, so
yeah,
they got a long ways to roll, and they're always competitive. But
yes, they are.
Yeah, right? But that'll be fun. But at least I'll have them at home.
And then you're going to finish out with Timberland. You got to look at probably Victor Quinn there.
No, Victor's at
Liberty. You got what's the kid's name?
Hatchman?
Yeah,
that dude's good.
Yeah,
that dude's really good.
So, and that's what I've been talking about, and I really have been looking at the scope, especially this year. And I mean everything. It'll turn because you have seniors graduating, but right now, the window in Missouri baseball is really good right here.
Yeah, we've been talking about this as a coaching staff quite a bit, how many 90 arms we're seeing, and it's because of the training, the club training, but the problem is, and it's not only pitchers, but it's hitters as well. We were seeing, and we're one of them too, we do a very bad job of running the bases because they haven't played enough games.
Right.
And pitchers are having trouble throwing strikes because they're in showcase stuff. They don't ever throw with a batter in the box. So their velo's up 90, 92, whatever, but you put a guy in the box, okay, it's a different beast.
Yes, it is.
And the ball's all over the place because they don't do enough against live hitters. And that's what we're trying to, we're working our way around this thing, trying to figure out how to make our guys better. But it's just got to get, like in practice, you have to do more game situations. And make it game-like.
Since you brought this up, Coach, I'm gonna throw you a question here. Then, cool. How does that conversation then happen between, say, the high school coaches and the club coaches, the club, the organizations? Does that happen?
My situation, yeah, because I do coach for the prospects in the summertime, and Todd Whaley is a good friend of mine. We coached together for like 10 years, and we split up this last year, and I'm in there at times, and I see what's going on. I help at showcases,
right?
And
yeah, we saw you at PBR over there. Yeah,
I like doing that just so I can see the guys. I see who's hot and who's strong and who looks good, and I like being around that stuff. Yeah, I think Adam Jansen, for the ace guy, he calls me all the time. In fact, I got to call him back. He called me the other day. God dang it. That one got away from me. But he communicates with me, the guys that he's training and asking, okay, how was it? How was he today? How was he in the game? Because he doesn't get to see him in games.
Right.
But he sees, he trains them all winter, and their arms are strong, and they're getting, the velo up there. But then all of a sudden you got to throw your off-speed stuff to hitters. It's a different beast.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. And because having to hit that location with somebody there and bringing that gas, it just changes the dynamics, period.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we might see the Hunky kid today. He's committed to Missouri State. He's 90 plus, and we'll see what happens.
And I think that could be something, and as we talk about, these are conversations we want to have as far as what we do with YBM, because I think it bringing that youth and the momentum of everything, like you said, the training is great, all those things, it is helping these kids get better. But then where's that next step? Where's that next movement that creates that synergy?
They need to be in a competitive situation against other people. They got to play more games. And I try and do base running stuff, and I try to do game stuff in practice. Bunt rotations, situations, first and thirds, all those things those don't get addressed in the wintertime. And all the kids that are specialized now, which I'm totally against. I love that, kids play multiple sports. My sons are a testament to that, but if they're doing that year round and they're not getting the other, like Bobby Dunny always says, the little things in the game, it doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work. They're going to be great players, and they're going to get scholarships because that's when the college coaches can get out and see them. They're going to get offers, and they're going to go to college. But then all of a sudden, it's just not working. That's rough.
Tangible numbers, exit velo, arm strength, all those things right there. It's recordable, but then getting on the field and seeing that next level of what they do on the field, right?
We were talking about this too, and it happened at least once, maybe twice this spring already. That a guy's 90, 92. Second inning, he's 84.
Oh wow!
And that's they can pop those numbers. They're not going to pitch at that 90, 92 the whole game. It's gradually going to drop. If you get them up in pitch counts, they're still out there. It's going to be hittable.
Right. How many guys are being able to maintain that 90 plus throughout 5 innings?
Yeah.
Let's call, right.
You
look at Major League Baseball, there's a lot of starters coming out after 5 innings. That's where, you're seeing that that's where they end, and the bullpen takes over. So, and in high school, it's a 7-inning game. Mm-hmm. Can you get 5 innings?
That's the goal. Well, I've been spoiled because my top 3 guys, Carson Subert, Alex Pipes, and Matt James, have been eating up innings. Uh-huh. And I have 8 POs, which is that's not normal.
That's ideal, Coach. Come on.
It's nice, but it's not normal. But I always put out a game sheet, and you've probably seen that. And I put it out there, and I the bullpen. I usually have 3 guys, in the bullpen because I don't think our starter's going to get 7 innings. I need some help, but 2, I can get those guys work.
Yeah.
But we've had Carson Subert's, got complete game. Is like, okay, that blows that. So pushes those guys back, so that I've got some guys that have 1 or 2 innings who are decent pitchers.
Yeah.
And that stinks, but that's going to happen this week with, 7 games in 5 days. They're going to get up there and they're going to have to compete.
Do you throw a start for a couple of those guys that are coming out of the bullpen in these situations, Coach?
Yeah. I mean, I got, like I said, 4. There's the lefty Jane Kirby's in there. But then you get into your juniors and Andrew Brackensick and Jack Bryan and, Tyler Rouser. All 3 of those guys could start, And so Brackensick has started 1 game. He was supposed to start Saturday, but when he got washed. Uh-huh. I have to, and I want to, and it's great for our future,
right?
Because those games really don't mean anything, but it gives them the experience and gets
That's
them to work.
That's what it means, right? You're not looking at the record right there.
No,
you're looking at what are we getting out of this for the experience for our kids?
Yes.
How is that? How are they understanding who they're going to face? We're seeing teams that we may see later down the road. Yep. in a state tournament, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, once you get to the state tournament, I mean, it's 3, maybe 4 guys can get it done, should get it done, so that's what you're looking at. But when you got all of them, ready to go, they're hungry. That's a good thing. They don't get too amped and they start throwing the ball all over the park. That's not a good thing. But you just don't walk people. And every time you walk somebody, they score. That's just the way it is. Just throw it's right down the middle. I don't care. Let them hit it. That's got to be the attitude.
Watching the Cardinal game, okay? Walks the first guy, plunks the second guy, right? No outs. Those 2 runs score. The next 3 outs, it was those 2 runs. That was it.
Absolutely.
Nobody else scored.
It's
an amazing thing to watch when you give away free bases.
Absolutely. I mean, that's not only pro, high school. You get down to 10-year-olds. It's the same thing.
Man.
You walk people, they're going to score. That's just the way it is.
It's just amazing, man.
I mean, I've had a guy come in and walk 2 people, and he's out of the game. I can't do that. I just can't have people walking people. I got enough guys to get in there.
Not doing the cha-cha around the bases.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, man. Hey, guys, a lot of great baseball coming up. You saw Code there. If you're in, Mid-Mo, there's going to be some great baseball this coming weekend. Good tournament there. Great baseball coming up throughout the GAC conference. A lot of people coming up. You got Webb City coming up. That'll be fun. If you haven't seen, go out, find a baseball game, go watch. You really will enjoy it because there's some really good baseball. A lot of talented people playing high school baseball right now. Coach, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We'll definitely have you come back around the district time. We want to catch up and see where we're at from there.
Let's see if I win a couple games this week. If I win, I'll come back. If I'm losing, I'm going to be ghost.
Ain't coming back. All right, that's fair. Hey, everybody, have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, remember, keep throwing strikes. You hitters, just as Coach said, keep throwing strikes. You might get pulled. And you hitters, hit them where they ain't. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you next time.